Hello, you're listening to Adan Yurchick recording for TCGplayer.com. Thank you for joining me for round 3 of my TPF flashback draft. So let's get into it. I won the die roll. I'm going to play first. I'm going to keep this. This is a great hand with Neolith suspended on turn 2. Brine Elemental morphed on turn 3 or Ickerslick on turn 3, and then hopefully more action from there. So let's suspend Neolith. Now I'm going to play Blind Phantasm on turn 3. And hopefully I can play Brine Elemental face up for 6 or morph it later on. So he has Blight Speaker. He's blue-black. It's likely he's just going to deal 1 a turn with it. He could start searching up value, but it's probably not a must-kill card, but I could definitely consider casting Ickerslick on it this turn. I'll attack him. And I'm just going to cast the Ickerslick on the Blight Speaker, just to make sure he can't get any value. My deck's pretty good for the long game, and as much as it's nice to be greedy with Ickerslick and get the full value, I think just holding off is going to work just fine for me. Here, I'll play Pit Keeper and just offer a trade with this 4-1 when he attacks. I could also attack with my 2-3, but I'd rather keep it back on defense to make sure I have a defender in case he can get rid of one of them. So there's that Lanessa I passed. It's going to be pretty good, but he doesn't have 2 blue right now, so he can't even use it. I'll morph Brine Elemental and pass the turn back. Neolith on 1 counter now. But he'll be able to block it with his Cutthroat. Hopefully I can use Big Game Hunter to take out this Cutthroat. So Ickerslick, I'll gladly cast on Lanessa. And I'm considering getting in with a creature here, but I'll just pass it back again. I almost don't want to trade with the 4-1 because I have Big Game Hunter. I wanted to send Pit Keeper. He probably takes it, but then he attacks with the 4-1, and I don't really want to block with Phantasm. He's not going to attack with it into Neolith. I could have attacked with Phantasm and Pit Keeper as well. He suspends Thesis. I'll just pass it again. I don't want to cast the Whipspine Drake until I have 5 mana. I'm going to send the Pit Keeper. Doesn't look like I'm going to be casting Big Game Hunter anytime soon. I don't want to attack into that morph. I'll just pass the turn back. He'll unmorph now. Okay, just Unblinking Blab. But definitely a blocker. Shadow creature in. I'll attack with it. He kills it. I'll play Whipspine Drake now. Melancholy. And he's going to have Thysis come into play soon. Probably killing my Neolith. I'll play the big game Hunter. And now let's turn up the aggression on him. And hopefully this Brine Elemental can win me a race. And he just kills me right here. I go to 3, 2. Yeah, I'm dead to the shadow creature and the flyer. I could have used sudden death on his flyer and went down to 1 life. Went down to 1. Then I would have 7 lands, so I could use my morph, stop him from taking a turn, and maybe kill him in the race. Well, he would have had the 4-1. Then he would have blocked my 5-4 with the 4-1. I think I still can't race him. But I did not play that correctly in that turn. So, to the sideboard. Viscid Lemur is going to come in. Dreamscape Artist is going to come out. And I'll submit that. All right, I'm going to keep this. Nice hand. Both colors of mana and some early plays. He mulligans. So we're even on cards. And I'm hopefully going to use Brine Elemental for 6 mana and just cast it face up. And Ichor Slick I'd also like to use for 6 mana and get full value from. This hand has a lot of lands in it. I'm going to draw more lands. I'm going to have 6 mana, and I'm going to need more resources. It would also be nice to morph Brine Elemental face down and unmorph it if that comes up, to use my mana. But at the same time, it might work out that just playing it face up is what I need to take over the game. It's a nice big threat. He keeps 6. We both lead on swamp. I draw another land. Another land. Another blind phantasm. That's fine draw. If he has Gath and Raider, that'd be a blowout for me. He does have Gath and Raiders. So I walk into the free morph, turns into a 3/3. He ate my creature at the price of a land. Not good for me. Not much I can do about it. Ichor Slick is a sorcery, so I couldn't have cast it. I certainly could have attacked before I played something. I sort of mindlessly just played something before combat to save time, figuring his 2/2 morph could not block me, but he proved me wrong. Would he have still made that play if I had mana up? I don't know. Maybe not. I like to think he would have. But certainly that was not good. But we'll push on. I'll just morph the Brine Elemental. It's going to trade with the 4/1 either way, so I'll just trade as a 2/2, and then I could cycle and Madness Ichor Slick next turn on Gath and Raiders. And maybe I can stabilize this board. He suspends Errant Ephemeron. Not good news. I'm going to use Ichor Slick right now. And I'll take out his 3/3 because when he gets Hellbent, it's going to be a 5/5. Could also have taken out his 4/1 and then flipped into a 5/4 and pushed past his 3/3. But I think he's so likely to get to no cards in hand that it's going to be an issue. So this is great. I'll just mutate his 4/1 and get in for some damage. He doesn't even tap mana that turn. So no reason to use Brine. Though I could also use Brine at the end of his turn if he taps out to keep him down. That's really nasty. If he tapped out here, I could unmorph Brine if I had mana up. But he just kills Brine Elemental, so none of that. And I accidentally clicked through that, which was pretty devastating. So I draw Big Game Hunter. I don't want to suspend the Deep Walker because of the monstrosity. I'm going to cast it, hopefully get in for a bunch of damage, and then cast the Lemur. He just kills it with Cradle to Grave. So all of my black creatures are immune to that. So he slows me down. I draw the land. That's perfect. Maybe he's bouncing it. He uses Sun Spoiling to turn off my big game hunter killing his creature by casting it on himself. Very nice. So last turn I could have played around his Cradle to Grave by playing the Lemur. Hit him for some damage this turn. Melancholy. So would have been hard to erase him either way. But as it is, I am dead. Alright, well, this is Adan Yurchick for TCGplayer.com. Thanks for watching this TPF flashback draft. And check back in for more flashback drafts and other drafts in the future.